digital advertising industry has really evolved, kind of quietly towards a model entirely based on user-based targeting and interest-based targeting. And so the way we use data, the way we identify users, the way we've managed the transition to mobile have all dramatically changed, and we've never really reestablished our consent agreement with our users. We've never given them real feedback over how their data is used, and we've never given them control to tell us how they want to be targeted and how they want their data treated. And so I think this is a good thing. I think it's long overdue that we establish that dialogue and we give consumers the ability to give us real feedback on how their data is used, because data can both be really, really helpful in terms of making ads relevant and timely and informational to users. It also can be creepy. So I think we have to get the right line and the right relationship with users, and I view the regulatory environment and some of the changes that have taken place recently as good things over the long term. I think it's going to evolve over a period of time, period of weeks, months, and even years. I don't think it's going to be one watershed moment where a gong goes off and a thunderous reverberation comes through the industry and everything changes overnight. I think this is part of establishing a privacy relationship with users, letting them opt out of targeting or opt into targeting, and making sure that consent is achieved, renewed, and passed on up and down the stream. I think there's a lot of misperceptions of some users have no idea how the ad ecosystem works. Others believe that every movement and every piece of data gets funneled into some nefarious data engine that does things that they don't want. I think we need to be clear with users. I think GDPR will help us evolve that relationship and establish a new mechanism for handling user data. So I think it's going to take time, but the directions are all positive, and I think technically we're pretty prepared.
And what's new for you guys in the marketplace in terms of either exciting trends, products, developments, offerings to your customers? What's going on at Rubicon?
Well, I think just to continue the theme of privacy, I think moving towards cookieless environments or reducing the amount of traffic on pages to make page performance better and to make the user experience better is a huge focus for Rubicon right now. Standardizing on a common single identifier instead of putting lots of things on the page, moving header bidding server side so that you get better performance instead of, again, slowing down pages with wrappers and things like that. And then really investing in new formats, especially things like video and the OTT market, as more and more traction seems to be building for moving away from linear TV with real-time live TV consumption over the internet now. So lots of cool things are happening in that regard.
Finally, I wanted to ask about how you guys view identity and what that means to your system.
Identity to me is a proxy for relevance, right? So what we're trying to do is deliver advertising to a user that is relevant to them, timely to them, and helps them in their daily lives, not something that's intrusive and icky and non-informational. So we're not necessarily, it doesn't matter what identity mechanism is used, it matters that we develop ways from data and from machine learning to make the ads we deliver relevant to you. So I think there are ways to do that without storing PII or tracking you around the internet or putting surveillance cameras in your car. There's ways to do that using data modeling and intelligence and context to be super relevant to people. So that's what identity means to us. And today's identity in our industry is defined by the cookie. The cookie which is a very old concept, and we need to move beyond the cookie. We need to move to data and heuristics and machine learning to identify users more effectively without being intrusive or violating their privacy.